Hi, hello. I hope everyone is okay. I think that now it's live. So, yesterday I start this episode from my podcast, but I have a little accident with my mate and my computer. I was just showing you how I drink tereré, that it's a cold mate, and the tereré fall down the computer and start failing. So, but thank God now it's okay. And we can follow up with the episode from yesterday. So I will present me again. I am Cecilia Losada. You can find me in Instagram as CeciLo Designer. That's my account for English speakers. I have also another account for my Spanish speakers that it's called Mama DIY Patterns. I will leave you all the links down in the description of the video. So you can follow me there if you want. And in Ravelry, I'm Mama DIY. So I hope you find well. And let's continue where we left the postcard yesterday. So yesterday I didn't show anything, just I start sharing with you this top that it's one of my not finished yet projects because I have to hire all these strands, and also I have to sew two buttons here in the neck of this top. But I was telling you yesterday that this top was very, very easy to follow the pattern. Sorry, except in this part of the neck, and that's why I choose to crochet this top, because I was I don't know, very curious about how this neck works. And besides, I found is from this book from Let's Crochet from Laine, and the designer of this top is, I have my notes here. I will add this finished project maybe tomorrow in my Ravelry projects. The pattern is called Block. The vest is called Block. I started on May 22 and I finished it on May 27, but I was not all day crocheting. It was very easy, very fast, very fast to crochet, and that's great because it's like a project of immediately satisfaction, and that's great, 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 great. I make the size 2. This is my gauge swatch. First, I make this gauge swatch with 3.5 millimeters in my crochet hook, but I have too much stitches, so I load the number of the crochet hook and I make it with a 3 millimeters. That it's let me see, well, it's this one, very, very thin, but and then it goes okay with this number, with this new crochet number of hook, and so it was great. The designer, it's called Anne-Michelle Fellan. I think that's the pronunciation, I don't know. And you can find the pattern here in this magazine that you will find 17 crochet patterns. All are very, very, very beautiful. And I want also to crochet this one. This one, I want to also crochet this one because I love it. And which one more? And this, I love it too. But as I was telling you yesterday, I am finding that if I make the tops shorter than in instructions, it's better for me because all my pants, here I have another pant, not the same from yesterday, but all my pants, they have high, I don't know how to say it in English, but they are very high. So if I do it longer sweaters and tops, it's not okay because I have a lot of fabric pending from my waist. So I decided to start making clothes shorter for all the pants that I have, and I think it's gonna be okay. Which yarn did I use for this top? I have in my stash, I have 10 balls from this yarn that was a gift from Anchor, I don't know when, a lot of time ago. It's organic cotton and from Anchor. It's 100% cotton, and you have 50 grams, 125 meters. And I think I like it. It's already blocked. But I have to be transparently with this. I like more soft cotton. It's a good yarn. I like it, but I think that this yarn is very good for amigurumis, for example, and for things for your home, for decoration, for clothes. Yes, but I know that there are better yarns because the texture. It's okay. I like the top, and I want to use all the yarns that I have in my stash, so I don't want to buy more yarn, and instead it's necessary. But I think that this was quite good for this top, and I use it. And I used 5 balls, 250 grams for this top. And as I told you before, it's very, very fast to crochet. The thing is that I find at least 2 mistakes in the pattern, in the neck. So if you don't have too much experience with crochet, and you are maybe a person who is starting with crochet, so let me see, because I mark the mistakes. One is in the bottom band, in the section of bottom band in row 4, and the other one is in the section of the neck in row 3. Are little mistakes, but if you don't have too much experience with that, with crochet, and especially making something that you never did it before, and is maybe modern crochet or something like that, I think it's better to start with another design from the book, that they are a lot and very beautiful, all of them, and then make later this one. So it's beautiful. For me, it has a 10 because I love, and I will take some pictures, some photos, and I will add it to my Ravelry projects. And I'm sure that I'm gonna share also some pictures, some photos in my Instagram account in next week, maybe, when I have more time. So it's okay. This pattern, I love it. Another finished project I have is this dress. It's a dress. my first knitting dress, as you can see, is wow. I was yes, I was time. It takes me time to knit that dress, but it's so beautiful, and I love the ¿cómo se dice? Wait, I'm gonna look the word in the translator because let me see. It's like the word is, I can't find the word. It's like that they have the dress, the skirt have a very good, I don't know if the right word is fall maybe. Yes, and it goes very well to the body and it's very comfortable. I like it a lot. It makes I make it with knitting and with some botanical charts that I found in a Japanese book, in a Japanese stitch book dictionary. So I just mix some charts and I make all my calculations and everything, and the pattern will be published not right now because I'm also knitting the top version only. So you will only can knit all the dress or only the top version that it gonna be just until this. And the skirt is gonna be in another pattern. So it's beautiful. I love this yarn. I will tell you something more about this yarn. This is the chart that I use. It's really, really beautiful. The yarn is very soft. I am making it with Sole from Pascuali, this one. And it's a combination of 90% Pima cotton and 10% cashmere wool. So it's really, really soft. And not only that, it's a very strong yarn. And it makes me think that, you know, when I was talking with Paul from Pasquali, I thought that the yarn is so strong that in a moment I thought that this would be, you know, a hard yarn, but no, it's very, very, very soft, and in your skin is beautiful, beautiful. So I love this one. They have a lot of colors of this yarn, maybe 30 different colors, so you can choose the color you want. And this one is agave. That is one of my favorites colors. It's one of my faves. And I love it. This color, I think that when I'm in summer, that my skin is very, you know, in summer with the sun, I take a very good color with the sun. So I think it's a good color for me and I love it. I make first some swatches. I was knitting a lot because I wasn't sure which pattern stitch design used for this dress and for this top. This one was also one of my favorites. I love it. Also one more simple. I make a lot, but I will keep this maybe for a future design because I think that this one It's beautiful. What do you think about it? I think that this is very, very, very beautiful. I like it a lot. I can imagine a blouse with this. Oh my God. Okay. So I will keep for later. In the future, you will see more about this design. And also, I want to show you more swatches that I made with Sole. Because sometimes you ask me about how to combine colors. This is a swatch that I made for my Cholita top. Look, this is the agave again. And I think that there are very good combinations that you can use for the Cholita top, or even choosing different colors for this, for the yoke, and then for the body. And I think it's beautiful. And this yarn has a very beautiful fall over the body. And this is another that I make just with a cotton yarn, very, very cheap. And it's not the same movement that you have here. You can see the difference between one and the other. This is moving, look, and the other one is like a piece of paper. So this is the difference when you knit or crochet with with luxury yarns and more cheapest yarns, but it's okay too if you only can crochet and knit with these yarns that are cheaper. If you have the possibility to invest in better yarns, it's better because the quality is better, the colors goes more time in the original colors, and the fall is better also. They have more movement. And in this case, Sole is made with it's a ecological production, so I think that that's the best part. And I have also more swatches that I make with Sole for my trencadís poncho that I for now on, it's exclusively for knit stars. I want to talk about that now. Knit stars, it's if you know it, it's a beautiful event. It's a total experience that now the doors are closed, but I think that in October they will open doors just for a few days, and in November they start to share all the master classes and the documentaries from all designers that we are participating in Knit Stars Season 10. So for this season, I designed a poncho with mosaic knitting technique that it's called trencadís. I have some posts about this in my Instagram, and I will add some notes in my blog when I finish this episode and add it to my blog. So it's beautiful. These are some combinations that I make because it's not easy to make 5 colors combo. It's not easy, but I think that after swatching and swatching, I just find the perfect combo for the trencadís poncho. And the good news are that the trencadís poncho is also available inside Knit Stars in December of this year, also in a crochet version that is also with mosaic crochet. And my masterclass is all about mosaic knitting and mosaic crochet, all the tricks and secrets from mosaic crochet and mosaic knitting. and you will find a lot of good information about this technique and how you can play with colors and knit and crochet with mosaic knitting and crochet. So if you want to hear about the news when it starts open again doors, you just can subscribe to my newsletter. I will add all the notes and the links here in the description of this video when I finish, okay? So what else did I finish? The last, this was before the dress. It's also, it's like a t-shirt in crochet. I also use the mosaic crochet version. This is also, there is another version also in knitting about this top. But I want to show you because maybe next week or the next one, I will publish the pattern in my Ravelry store, in my portfolio, and you can buy there. And if you want a little discount, there is a discount that I make always only for my subscribers of my newsletter. So if you want to receive this discount when I launch this pattern, you can just subscribe to my newsletter and you will have a great launch discount for this pattern when I publish it. It comes in all sizes and it's great because this is called the Chakana top. And this is the crochet version. In the next podcast, I will show you the knitting version. And both are very beautiful. My students in my knitting and crochet club, that it's only in Spanish, make beautiful combinations. When I publish the pattern, I want to share with you all the beautiful combinations that they make because some are really amazing. And I like it a lot. And I think that I have to do another one of this one because I love it. Oh, there is too much noise in the street. I'm sorry. Let's pass the noise in the street. I don't know if you hear it, but it's okay. They are passing. Okay, so I want to make another one, but as you can see here, I have 5 repetitions of the chart, of the Chakana chart, and I want to make only 3 in the next one. So it will be shorter than what it is right now. And maybe you are asking yourself why you don't just, I don't know, just pull off the yarn. I can't because this design is started from bottom to top. So first I start here and continue crocheting. Then I crochet both sleeves and then I join everything and make the yoke. And as you can see, I don't know if you can appreciate it, the yoke is made with a raglan construction, and then I make even short rows that it goes really well for have a good, I don't know, but it's very good in your body, this top. I will show you in some pictures. This Saturday, I have a photo session with my photographer that is a friend from my town. We will make some beautiful pictures here in the castle that I have 200 meters from my house. We have a medieval castle very near from here in my town. And I will make some pictures and probably some videos just to share with you in my Instagram account how this goes, everything beautiful. So next launch of this design, I have to review the English translation that my translator, Suzette, is making for me. She's my tech translator and my tech editor, and she's the best, I have to say it. She makes all the edition in Spanish, and then she translate all my patterns to English. Maybe 2 years from, yes, maybe 2 years ago, she started working with me, and I love how she make it, and she's a very, very professional. And maybe someday I will have her here as a guest. I hope so. So we can talk about this and how she work, and maybe you know someone who need and crochet tech translations or edition. She's the best, really, and very, very professional. So this one I crocheted with Cumbria from Pascuali that also has 30 different colors that you can choose beautiful combinations. And inside the pattern, you will find different combinations that you can make, just like inspiration. And also you will find the chart for crochet and knitting this design, but you will find a blank chart. I don't know, an empty chart, I'm sorry, an empty chart, so you can choose your own colors and just draw with your colors the chart, copying the original. So this is great because when you are crocheting and knitting, I think that when you see also in the chart the colors that you are using, I don't know if it happens to you, but I make a lot of mistakes if I don't have the chart in the real colors that I'm using. I don't know if it's a problem I have or what. I hope not, but it really helps me to go faster, and to enjoy more my project when my chart is in the same colors that I'm using in my project. So there will be this resource that you can use to enjoy more your project. So I don't know if I have to share with you something else, because now I want to make this podcast weekly, and for sure Wednesday. Now that I have to practice a lot first. I hope that every Wednesday you have this podcast in my YouTube channel. And in my blog on Thursday or Friday, there will be the blog post with the podcast and all the notes of the podcast. So I want to talk about now some questions that you make me in the form that I will leave you down in the description. I will leave you a link, and there is a Google form that you can just write your question, and I will be answering all your questions here in my podcast and also in my newsletter. Every time I send a newsletter, there is a section that I am answering a question that someone makes me. I have more than, right now, I have more than 500 questions to resolve. So we will start today with 2 about knitting and crocheting, and 2 about, how is to be a designer, how I I plan my day, my week, my year, organizations, and things like that, okay? So these are the knitting and crochet questions. I just picked 2 questions. One is from Sarah from London, UK. She asked me, how can I stop the edges of my stockinette stitch from curling? You know, when you knit with stockinette stitch, if you don't make this edge like this in garter stitch, probably your project will goes like this and it's not okay. Okay. So how you can stop the edges of your stockinette stitch from curling? You just have to make this edge. I made for my swatches. I always made 3 or 4 stitches in every edge, and I just make garter stitch here, and also in the beginning and in the end border, I make 2 or 3 rounds or rows with stockinette stitch. I'm sorry, with garter stitch. So I hope that this is okay. And it's super common. Everybody has this problem, but this is a little trick that maybe you can find grateful. Okay, let's go with the second question. How can I adapt a crochet patterns to use a different yarn weight? This question is from Emily from Toronto, Canada. And my answer is that if you are a beginning crocheter or knitter, I don't recommend to readapt an existing pattern to another yarn weight, because you will have to do the work that the designers with a lot of experience make. And if you are in a beginning stage, it's not very recommendable to do it. But if you have more experience adapting a pattern to a different yarn weight, it's totally double. It's just taking a bit of planning, okay? You will have to make numbers before, and you can make it. It's a work that you must make, obviously. It's the work that designers make, and but you can make it also. So first, make a gauge swatch with your chosen yarn to see how many stitches and row you get per inch, or in 10 centimeters, or in 4 inches, 4 inches, okay? Then compare that to the original pattern gauge, okay? If there's a big difference, you need to recalculate stitch counts and row numbers to maintain the right size. So you have to calculate all again with the, I don't know how do you say it in Spanish. We say la regla de tres, the 3 rule, but I don't know how to say it in English. Let me see if there is a expression that you use for this. I will just, ¿cómo decir? ¿Cómo decir? La regla de 3 en inglés. ¿Cómo se dice en inglés? Rule of 3. Rule of thirds. No, that's in photography. Okay. I don't know if this is well said in English, but in Spanish we said something like rule of 3 in Spanish. And you must make a work. This is not gonna be just in 1 hour or in 2 hours. If it's you know, a sweater, there will be more work. If it's only something little and that you knit or crochet in, you know, in the right and in the wrong side, it's very easy. Maybe with just 2 calculations, it's okay. But you can make it. That's the good news. So you can also try changing your hook side to get closer to the original gauge if there is no big difference between yarn weights from the original design to the yarns that you have at home. Maybe the original design is in fingering weight and you have sport weight. So maybe you can just change the hook from a little one and just make gauges, and you will find all the difference that you need. So it might take a bit of experimenting, but it gives you more freedom to work with the yarns that you love and that you already have at home, okay? So the section for 2 questions for yarn entrepreneurs. Laura from Melbourne, Australia, she asked me, how can I balance time between designing patterns and promoting them on social media? Wow. I think that this is the big question from all artists in the world, because you don't have to only be creative with your passion and with your work and in what do you like to do and how you express yourself from your art, but you also need to communicate that to the people, to the world, in a creative way. So you have 2 works to do, and how you balance that. Okay, so balancing design work with social media can definitely be tricky, okay? Obviously, there is no a fixed formula, because your life also, it's in the middle, your personal life, it's there. But I think that there are, in my case, for example, I can talk about me, how I do it. So there are 2 or 3 or 4 days in my month that I only in the mornings, in these 2, 3, or 4 days, sometimes are only 2 days, sometimes are 4 days, but I take the morning, maybe 2 hours, not more, to only create content for my social media. And then I, the basic content. Then there are some days that I create content on the go. Okay, wait, there is another noise in the street. I don't know if you can hear it, but I can hear it, and it makes me bad in my... I will drink a mate. Okay. So I was telling you that I have 2, 3, or 4 days in my month, 2 hours each day, that I just create the basic, that the thing that must be in my month of social media and sharing with people. Some of this content are for showing what I'm doing. Another content are maybe little tutorials or tips or tricks or things like that. Another one, another kind of content are like authority and show how much I know and how I share it with other people. And then another content is maybe combinations of the same designs in different colors. Another content is showing what my students and people from my community need and crochet my patterns. It's like also a recognition about their work. And yarns. Okay, it's basic content, is the content that must be every month in my social account. And there is another content that I just make it on the go. Maybe today I'm dressing like this with my Coco Boxy top, And in some moment, I make just a video how I look with my outfit, and maybe I can talk to you in the video and say, okay, the Coco Boxy top is made like this, or I combine these colors because of tal, or blah, blah, blah. That's content on the go. And because I have the moment, the momento of making this kind of content. And then all the rest of the time, all the time that I have in the month, I'm not only designing, because I'm not only have to make social creating content for my social platforms, or only designing. I have to make a lot of other things, like, for example, I have one day in all the month that I review all my numbers, my social media numbers and my money numbers. And I have an Excel where I put all there. Then I have another day that I program some newsletters that must be every week. Then I have, but then all Wednesday, I have my actual newsletter that I just sit down, write, and send it. So, and on Sunday, I have the letters that maybe are programmed. So it's different kind of content. So, and then I have also to talk with my, with my tech editor, or I have reunions with my students, or I also have to talk with my, I don't know, now I am constructing a new Shopify shop, because I need the WooCommerce that I have in my web don't let me do some things that Shopify let me. So I have to, some things that I need, I have to construct this Shopify account, this Shopify, to only for that section of all my work. So you see, I have to speak with the person who is making the shop, and blah, 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 blah. So as you can see, maybe designing, for me, it takes 4, 5, or 6 days in all the month, and 2, 5, or 6 days in all the month for making content. And then I have the rest of the days of the month to make other things that I need to do also, that my business keep growing. Okay, I will make you, maybe in some future podcast, I will be giving you tricks, very focusing on one thing, and maybe you can implement this. But I just want to share with you the total vision of my month, because sometimes we don't realize everything we have to do to that our business can be going, and that this business can be rentable for us also, and that our life don't be only working. I have a lot of things also in my personal life that I do all weeks. So this is just a little big picture of it. And Anna from Berlin, Germany, she asked me, what platforms do you recommend for selling knitting patterns? This is great, because first I want to make an acceleration about this, because it's not the same selling knitting patterns than selling crochet patterns. I sell both, and I have to say that the usual platforms for selling are Ravelry in first place. For me, is the one that I have the best selling without doing anything, really. I just sell organically in Ravelry. In Etsy, I have all my patterns there also, but I don't even mention that I have my pattern there. So the organic sales are, less, but I sell also by Etsy. And also in my WooCommerce, I have too much sales because even more than in Ravelry and in Etsy, because I have a strong community in Spanish. And I communicate most of all in Spanish. So I have my own WooCommerce shop that in 2 or 3 months, there will be a Shopify platform also for my patterns, because I will sell also the kits and yarns and everything. So we will talk about this in the future, but I want to tell you that these are the 4 platforms. And there is another one that it's great, and I think that if you are starting, it's great. That is Flowdesk. In Flowdesk, you can have not only the newsletter to send to all your followers, also you can send you can sell your stuff, whatever it is, digital, or maybe the tickets for a workshop, or whatever you want, you can sell it by Flowdesk. And I think that it's great because you have all the things in only one platform. If you don't have your own web, or even if you have your web, but you don't want to have a complicated thing to manage. So for me, these are the platforms where you can sell your patterns. For knitting patterns, Ravelry is the best. For crochet patterns, I think that Etsy is better than Ravelry, not because you sell, not, it's just because the knitters, they know the existence of Ravelry, but not the crocheters. There are crocheters who know about the existence of Ravelry, and they visit Ravelry, and they buy patterns in Ravelry, but not all the crocheters. But this happens with the knitters. So I think that Etsy goes better for crochet patterns organically, okay? But I always recommend to make a good work with your community, to start building your own community. And if you have your patterns, crochet or knitting patterns in Ravelry, and you make a good work with your community, you are present, you write to them every week with your newsletter, you post maybe 2 or 3 times a week in Instagram or in Facebook or whatever the social media you have, you will sell it as in any platform, okay? So the platform, it can help you to also to sell more patterns if you have your community and you have also organic sales, as I have, and it would be a good way to multiply your the channels that you can sell all things. So that's all right now. I don't want to make it longer. I think that I was thinking about to make it a 20-minute podcast, but I don't know if because this is the first one or what. I just know that it's more than 20 minutes. So in the next podcast, I hope that it will be next Wednesday, or maybe not. I don't know. I can't be sure, but I will do my best for doing next Wednesday. I will share with you some solutions or some response to your questions. I will leave you the form just in the link here down in the description of the video. So see you on next one. Bye bye.